was if anybody had any questions about this upcoming maintenance window that we're doing to add the additional circuit out of the Topeka data center into the AVPN network, we wanted to give you an opportunity to bring those questions forward. I'll tell you just a little bit about what the process is going to be that we're going to follow. On the 13th, right about 10 o'clock, we will make a call into your pilot DN and tell you that we're preparing to do this, just kind of to kick it off, and that once we get everything rerouted to your admin lines, we'll be making test calls. Then we'll have AT&T do the reroute, and then we'll initiate those test calls once the reroute is completed to make sure that both your wireline and your wireless trunks have been routed over to your admin lines. You'll take any 911 calls that you get during the period of this maintenance window on your admin lines. You'll have just basic 911 at that point in time. Once the maintenance is complete, then we'll call you back again on your pilot DN, which will come in on your admin line at that time to tell you that we're going to start the process of routing back to your 911 trunks. Once we have you routed back to the 911 trunks, then we'll do test calls on both your wireline and wireless trunks to make sure that they're back on your cameras and that everything's working appropriately. We will ask you to log off and then to log back on, and we'll ask that you wait until we specifically ask you to do both of those things so that we have a good handle that everybody's logged off and everybody's logged back on so that the test calls all work. So that's kind of the quick version of what's going to happen. We're hoping it's scheduled for 10 to 6, 10 at night to 6 the next morning. We're hoping that time window is going to be much shorter than that, but they did want to allow sufficient time in case we hit some snags so we don't freak anybody out that we're going over time. So with that, I will open it up to anybody with any questions.
Okay, this is Jim, Gray County.
Uh-huh.
You say you're starting this on the 13th, and will everybody be done at that same day, or will it be different days?
No, it will be everybody down at that same day. Hopefully this is the only time that we will ever have to do this. But everyone will be down at the same time for that, whatever time it takes in that 8-hour window.
Okay, is there somebody going to be out, or is it all going to be done on the... There's not going to have anybody out here?
No, we won't have anybody at the PSAP.
Okay.
It'll all be done on the... Actually, all the work is taking place in the network, in the host facilities themselves with the system routers. That's the reason that they have to take those system routers offline, and so that's the reason we have to reroute you for this maintenance.
Okay. And are you guys going to reroute going to our business lines, or do we need to do that, or?
No, we'll take care of that, and we'll give you a phone call telling you we're going to, then we'll give you a couple of calls telling you that we have and making sure that the reroute worked right. And then once we're done, we'll follow that same process. We'll tell you that we're done, and then we'll make calls to make sure that everything rerouted correctly.
Okay, so that means we don't have to do a whole lot then.
Just be aware and tolerate basic 911 for that time period, really, is all there is to do. Yeah.
Scott, this is Michelle. Can you clarify if your admin lines are integrated into the 911 system, Is there any difference between that scenario versus someone who has a standalone admin system?
There's really not any difference in the process. Obviously, if you're going to lose access to the Vesta system completely. So if your lines aren't in a separate admin system, if your admin lines are only served by the Vesta, which there are several of our PSAPs that are, then you're going to have a backup phone plugged into your jacks for those admin lines. And the techs, as they're working in the field this week and next week to do the upgrades, that's one of the things they're going to do while they're on